An objective resolution was passed by Jawaharlal Nehru on 13th December 1946, which laid down the philosophical structure of the Constitution of India. Jawaharlal Nehru had great aspiration for the framing of the Constitution of India, which was adopted on 22nd July 1947, based on the preamble of Indian Constitution. Enactment and enforcement of the Constitution. The motion for draft Constitution was proclaimed on November 26, 1949, for gaining the signature of the members, as well as that the President and preamble was enacted by the Constitution. The Constitution was accepted on November 26, 1949, with a preamble 395 articles such as Article 529, Article 379, 380, 388, 392 and 393. The remaining of the articles came into effect on Republic Day 26 January 1950, the Indian Independence Act of 1947 and the Government of India Act of the 1935 were repealed after the Constitution of India came into effect. Our Constitution at present has 448 articles, 25 parts and 12 schedules. Women and the Constituent Assembly. Women played a very important role in the creation of Indian Constitution, which is an important role in the Constituent Assembly, and many women members of the Constituent Assembly also contributed to the creation of an independent Indian Constitution. Rajakumari Amrit Kaur was the first woman of independent India to be appointed to cabinet as health minister and established AIIMS and Lady Irving College in Delhi. Indian Constitution challenge. After being under the British rule for almost 300 years, 200 years under the Company rule and 100 years, India attained independence after a constituent struggle for many decades in the form of movements and the sacrifice of many freedom fighters. After attaining independence, the main task before our leader were to design a constitution. The creation of the constitution for an immense and diverse nation like India was not a simple undertaking. The nation was conceived through a segment based on the partition. This was an awful experience for individuals in India, Pakistan. Many people on the both sides of the border lost their lives in the violence created due to the partition. Another challenge faced by merger of princely state in the nation. The British left it to the choice of the state whether into India or Pakistan. The making of the constitution in such a situation for the secure and stable future of the country was an immense task. India diversity was a crucial factor to be kept in mind. The constitution to be made was to satisfy the people who are entangled in different religions, culture, caste and language. Merits of the Indian Constitution. Amidst this challenge, India had an advantage, which is consensus on how the nation and constitution should be. With the Indian freedom struggle, the leader got an accurate idea about how the Indians are and what systems be right for Indian society. Even though people had some differences, the basic outline and ideas were accepted by the majority of people. Both Motilal Nehru and the Congress Karachi session reports were focused on the incorporation of all-inclusive governable establishment, the right to opportunity and equity, and safeguarding the freedom of minority in the Constitution of Free India. Hence, a few essential qualities were acknowledged by all pioneers much before the Constituent Assembly meets. Under British India experienced the political foundations laid by them. The experience with these political foundations gave a great understanding to our leaders. The experience acquired by Indian in the working of the official foundation demonstrated to be extremely valuable for the nations in setting up in foundations. This was reflected when many ideas and features of the Government Act of India in 1935 were adopted into Indian Constitution.